Now, I don't know about you, but in my state, this don't fly. Soldering a gas line, not gonna happen here. So we're gonna replace it. So what had happened is this tenant actually got a new stove delivered, and he tried to hook up the stove himself. And as you'll see later on, he kept getting a gas leak. Gas company came out, and I'm sure they pulled that stove out right away and said, "No, we're shutting you down," because they saw that solder gas line there. So we're drilling out a hole to run some new Ward Flex, as we call it here in Michigan. Nice clean hole, baby. This is the good stuff right here on a roll. So I do work this by myself most of the time. I'm by myself. I prefer it that way. Still young. Got a few more years in me before I really do need a helper or someone to teach. So we're going to feed it in there. Nice and smooth. Starts to get tangled up a little bit. As you'll see, this crawl space is pretty, oh, check this out. This knob and tube is still working. Notice the joists, all the asbestos. This is good stuff here. This is trade life right here.
We got soft copper. We need to eliminate.
That's what we got to get rid of.
The soldering of the soft copper was the last straw. So
this is what we're working with here. If you can see it, the gas line is back in there. It curled up on me just above that joist. So I had to crawl back up in there and pull it out. That's a struggle, almighty. These are things we got to do.
There you go.
If you're in school, you may not know. Look at this. This is cobwebs. This ain't been touched in years. And you know what? I'm about to get in there. Get in there nice and raw. Don't even know what to grab onto to get in there. The wall keeps falling apart as I step up. It's just a utter cluster. So we're moving on. We're getting courage. We're trying to build up some courage to pop in here. We need a good little leap of faith here. What are we going to do? All right. Come on, baby. Come on. Hold. Oh. Broke. Yeah, that's the good stuff right there for all you students out there, aspiring trades members. I'm 250 pounds soaking wet, man, and I felt every pound of that coming up in here. As you know, you gotta go backwards in there. You need a hat, though. If you're not running a hat, running service calls, man, who knows what you're running into. There's a spider right there. Throwing bricks out the way to make progress. This is the gas line that we are getting rid of. Actually end up just leaving it in there for the tenant to scrap. You can take it out. So, yeah, we're back at it. We're in here fully. I mean, this is knuckle deep right now, fellas. Look at this. Real life stuff right here. Don't even know what to do. The real kicker is trying to record this stuff for you guys. You know? You're in there. It's one thing to do the job, but to try to get these angles or, take you along, that's a whole nother task. Look at this thing. It curled right up on me.
Yeah, that's what it's about. Right here.
There's all sorts of stuff growing in here. Here we go. We got our gas line. Guess what? We have no extra slack. Oh, here we go. Just gotta give her a little tug. And we're working our way out now. Come on. Just keep tugging away. I mean, spider webs and all, in the face, full on, 100%. You will have to do this if you're in the residential game in the Midwest, for sure. I don't even know how old our city is, but man, this house is probably like 1800 something. Think about that. All these old timers that piped in these houses, that did all this. Man, just to be a fly on the wall during them installs, man. So much knowledge there. We're out. We're happy.
All right, so we just got more access upstairs.
Gotta go get a little bit more from the upstairs. We got it. 100% successful. If I would have did anything different, I would have taped up the gas line for you.
Push it down.
Just so you guys know not to get anything in the gas lines. It's pretty easy with it and careful. So tape them gas lines up if you're going through the crawl space. Just gotta give it a little bit more juice. We gotta get it over that manifold that's coming in. Now we're gonna cut this word flex and make a floor flange termination. We're gonna screw that down and put a shut off valve above grade. I'm gonna use the knips and center this thing up. Use the foot to hold it and put a screw in it. You gotta love them knips. Knips. So here we go. We got gas line to put on there. Screw in everything appropriately. All right, here we go. We got our gas line all hooked up. As you will see, this is what started the whole situation. The tenant with the gas line with the new stove. You'll see me figure it out here in a second on why he could never get it to stop leaking. So I've seen maintenance people do this. So it can happen. I could see it. But you never put the ferrule end or flare end, I'm sorry, into an MPT fitting. There we go. We got our gas line fitting correctly. They stacked their gas line fittings on there. I don't know what happened here. But we're going to correct it. That's what we're here for. Oh, yeah. Got that Blue Monster for the pipe dope. It's good stuff. Now we got one connection going into the stove.
Second one
to the gas line.
for a wall heater in a living room.
Now we got to do another one that was going to a unit heater in the living room. We don't do any unit heaters in bedrooms. I will not work on them. If you have one in the bedroom, I'm not doing it. But this is in the living room. This is an old one. We're going to get rid of that soft copper in there and send it. Gave him a flexible connector. Got room to move around if he has to, if he ever gets a bigger unit or whatever. Now we're going to correct this manifold with the Ward Flex. All right, pipe and go, baby. Look at that. We got rid of 3 of those T's. We're down to 2, 4. We got the boiler right next to us. So that's on 1. If they ever want to add something, they can easily take that Ward Flex off and put a T on there. But I don't see that happening. So here we are. We're rubbing on the asbestos like you wouldn't believe. Nice and tight, just like we like.
Pressure test.
And we have to pull this gas meter to do a pressure test so the gas company can come back.
That off to the side real quick. So this is a bar here.
Surprised I busted this fitting loose. All right, so we're gonna do a little pressure test. We're gonna pressurize it to about 10 psi,
Do a quick pressure test.
and see if we got any leaks. We'll let it sit for about 10-15 minutes, and then we'll tell them to call the gas company back out to test, turn it back on. I mean, this pipe wrench is from the 50s. Come on, people. Send me a new pipe wrench. Let's go. I wouldn't use it. This thing's my baby. All right, so we got it nice and tight. We're gonna go make sure all the gas shutoffs are in the off position so we can send air. You don't want to put air through those gas valves. And that's just what we'll do. We got the 2 up top shut off. Just running that little rigid car inflator. So it gets the job done. Nice and easy, light. Pump it up to about 10. And like I said, we'll just let that sit there. While we do that, we'll clean things up, maybe strap things down or back.
You know what that means, boys? Rip and get.
And that's it. Put the meter on, set it and forget it. All them cobwebs. Hope you had fun. You cannot make this stuff up, I tell you what. Tenant got a new stove and he tried to hook it up himself, and yeah, he said it keeps bottoming him out and it won't get tight. I do not have the heart to tell him don't be touching stuff. I don't know.